exciting race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
What a great shot. I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Seems to like it. They're headed for the fat part of the green. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. So a tester from 4 feet. Starting to pile up the birdies. 5 under par for the tournament. On the tee, ready to go. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Not a real hard game, is it? Birdie, birdie to open. So here we are at the third hole, par 4, again, 428 yards. Frank, have you ever seen anything quite like the bunkering that we have here on the left side of this hole?
No, the church pews, they're famous, obviously, for Oakmont, and they have that tendency to drag your eye to that left side. Really, you hit anything that you can get off on the fairway off this tee, whether it's a long iron, I don't care what it is. If you want to try and hit driver down there, well, good luck, because this really is about the second shot. Somehow avoid that trouble there, so you've got a second shot.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Looks like about 80 yards left. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Frank, at Oakmont, you have to take advantage of scoring opportunities when they present themselves. Is this one of those moments here, the par 5, 4th hole at 609 yards?
It'll certainly be one of the holes that determine the champion, because the difference between making 4 and 6 on this hole is extremely slim. Very, very stringent tee shot. You're heading towards those church pews and trying to cut the ball away from it. It's easy to see why Jack Nicklaus, who faded the ball, and Ben Hogan won around here.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Oh, it looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision. But, well, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. And now the fifth hole, short but challenging par 4, 382 yards, and it obviously rewards precision off the tee, heavily bunkered along the way. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
Just an ideal lie, Frank. What can he do from here?
Well, if he takes advantage of the tee shot now and goes at this flag, then he'll certainly gain on the field.
This is a good-looking shot. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Just a couple of feet. Not a problem from there, right in the middle. And now to the par 3 sixth here at Oakmont, measuring in at just under 200 yards.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par. And we've come to the par 4 7th. It is 434 yards. This is when the game becomes easy, and you know this, it almost never is easy. But when you're hitting fairway after fairway after fairway, the game's a pleasure. Hasn't missed a single fairway today. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed. Well, that was a tricky one, but it's in.
We're at the 8th at Oakmont, a famous hole. And Frank, it's not often we say of a par 3 that it is a beast, but the 8th at Oakmont is just that.
Yeah, you can imagine a 300-yard par 3 to a flat green. That would be hard enough. But imagine a 300-yard par 3 at a U.S. Open to a green that goes up at the front and then crowns at the top and then slips away at both sides. That's the 8th hole.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Here we are at the 9th, par 4, 477 yards. Frank, this is a rugged hole.
It is. It used to be a par 5. Some say it should still be a par 5. A long, straight hole runs alongside the first hole there. Bunkers left and right. And, of course, if you find the rough, the remnants of what it used to be a par 5 is that nice little cross bunker in the middle of the fairway, which forces you to lay up.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Get down. Lay down. Every once in a while, you're reminded this is a pretty hard game.
That was evidence.
Putting up some impressive numbers out here now, 9 under for the tournament. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. What a great shot.
In the fairway here at the 10th, nice way to start off the back 9. Frank, what's this approach shot look like here at the 10th?
Another one you're trying to gauge what the ball's going to do when it hits the ground. If this hits the ground on the front of this green, then there's a good chance, believe it or not, it might stay on. Now, you think I'm joking? But you hit one there a little low that catches that front right corner. More often than not, it finishes on the back left.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Tough start to the backside, Frank.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, too. You start losing confidence with the putter early on.
It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Pretty short hole here at the 11th. It's only 379 yards, par 4. Moving on to the 11th hole here at Oakmont, par 4, 379 yards. Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Frank, 379-yard hole, you're thinking, I need to make 3 or I need to stuff a short iron in there, but you think there's a price to pay if you get too aggressive here.
There is, especially in a U.S. Open. Once the greens are firm and this fast, the penalty for missing your spot becomes that much more severe. It's very evident here at 11. There's just enough undulation, enough slope from back to front that means you've got to be on the number on your second shot.
Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Well, Frank, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont, it's a lot of golf hole at 667 yards.
It's the hardest par 5 I've ever seen or played that doesn't have water. It starts with that tee shot. The whole fairway slopes left to right. Just to get the ball on the fairway, you've got to draw the ball against the slope. The same problem exists with the second and the third shot. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Ball sitting down here in the rough, he's digging in. Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. All right, Frank, at the par 3 13th at 183 yards, what do you see here?
Well, there's a lot of things to consider, but the general slope of this green really makes you either hit to a specific section on the green or just try and keep the ball below the hole. It's always easy to putt uphill on fast greens.
Birdie try up next. Now this for birdie. Came away with a bogey on the previous round. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This hole is really getting the best of them for bogey once again. So a drop shot. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novello. We're at the 14th hole at Oakmont Country Club. Frank, it's only 358 yards. How good is the scoring opportunity here?
This is certainly one of the best chances on the back nine here for birdie, that's for sure, Rich. Just a long iron off the tee there, threaded in between bunkers that adorn both sides of this fairway. To set up to what you would say on Oakmont standards is a relatively gentle green.
And yet again, he has hit it off the tee and into the bunker. Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
All teed up at the 15th. It's a par 4 of 499 yards.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Oh, what an incredible shot. All teed up at the 15th. It's a par 4 of 499 yards. What a test here, Frank.
It certainly is. The tee shot here is a little bit like the par 5 12th, where the fairway slopes quite severely from left to right. It means the pews there on the left side are actually not a bad place to aim at. You just have to allow for that kick and roll towards the right.
See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. And getting ready for the putt. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just 5 feet left. Will not be happy with that one. Well, not going to make par here. He needs this to only give up one. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
17th hole at Oakmont, par 4. Only 313 yards, and yet, Frank, it was so pivotal. The last U.S. Open played here in 2007.
Yeah, it was pivotal for a lot of different reasons. Strategy being one. Some elected to go down the right side with just a mid-iron. Others went directly at the green, did not get the ball up and down. Furyk and Tiger Woods come to mind in that situation. You can see the green's just perched up there. If you do lay it up, you don't quite get a full look at this green because you have to lay it up down that right side.
And once again, off the tee and in the bunker, looking to splash this softly onto the green. And it makes the green in regulation. Bogey here yesterday, now this for birdie. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. In for par. This is where so many of the legends, from Hogan to Nicklaus to Miller to Els, made their imprint. And don't forget about Angel Cabrera, the last time the U.S. Open was played here. The 18th hole, the clubhouse straight ahead. What a view, and what a moment in the championship. Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Well, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You've got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him. Had every chance of going in.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
And that wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.